Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and up next we've got a horror movie with a very unique setting. I've never actually seen anything set up like this before, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's Late Night with the Devil, which is a 2024 horror movie, supernatural horror movie, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. Stars David Dastmalchian, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I've seen him in a couple of other stuff, and I'm pretty much enjoying his performance so far in this one. He is pretty good. Laura Gordon, Ian Bliss, Faisal Bazi, Ingrid Torelli, Reese Oteri, Georgina Haig, and Josh Hwang Tat. Out of these, of course, I only know Dastmalchian and Georgina Haig. The others are new to me. But this movie is probably going to be one of my favorites of the last few years. It's incorporating documentary style filmmaking as well as found footage, and it's set up most of the events happen in one night during the making of, or rather the shooting of a late night talk show, and it's supposed to have been aired on Halloween in 1977. There's your setting, there's the uniqueness about here, and basically there is this, they talk about things that leads up to it. There's about this talk show which supposedly was a successful variety late night talk show that was competing for ratings with the Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. Of course, there was no such show like this, it's just made up, but they show all the settings for it, and Night Owls was the name of the show. The host, his name was Jack Delroy, played by Dastmalchian, and he visits a place, an area called the Grove, which is an elite California camping for rich and powerful men. And the implications is that they, kind of like sold their soul to the devil, those kind of things. Occult theme, basically. So he has good ratings when he first starts the series, I think in 1970. The talk show 1970, but then they start struggling for, basically Johnny Carson shows is number one. His biggest support is his wife Madeline, but she dies of cancer. They do show her coming in, talking to the audience previously, and it's very touching to see them both together. But then yes, about a year after his death, Jack ultimately returns. He returns after a month, but now it is about a year after her death, and he wants to get it, give the show huge ratings. So he comes up with this concept to do a special occult theme episode on Halloween, and he's got special guests, including a self-proclaimed psychic and medium who's a former magician. Everybody's a skeptic now. His name is Carmichael Haig. Parapsychologist author June Ross Mitchell, and her subject and her ward, young lady who's supposed to have been possessed. Her name is Lily Dabo. So during the concept, you also have this psychic named Crystal who comes in, and he talks about us, a couple of people, about a person. They say a person called Minnie, and then Jack later reveals that his nickname, which is very private, that he had for his wife Madeline. And then later on, and he does talk to a couple of other people, and then he becomes sick. He starts vomiting a dirty black liquid. Then he's taken to the hospital during the commercial break. June introduces Lily, who is the only survivor of a mass suicide performed by a satanic cult, and they worshipped a demon known as the Braxis. And she talks about the fact that she has been possessed, and she's got this. She can communicate with this creature or this entity known as Mr. Wiggles. So Jack asks them to conjure up the demon, along with Carmichael, who is of course very skeptical, and they do. So they basically They have them sit on the chair, and then June tries to hypnotize Lily, and then she becomes possessed by Mr. Wiggles, levitates in the chair, and causes some of the electricity to go haywire. And she makes this reference to having previously met Jack under the tall trees. Carmichael is not at all impressed, and he challenges June by subjecting. He says, "I can do something very similar." So he has Gus, who is Jack's sidekick on the show, and he what do you call it? He hypnotizes him, and he says, "I'm going to talk to him," and he has he basically shows everyone, or rather hypnotizes everyone to basically say that there are worms coming out of Gus, and then he's breaking his skin out and all that stuff. So basically, he just tricked everybody, and then they rewind with the help of the production team, they rewind all the footage, and there's nothing, there are no worms. So everybody was basically fooled into thinking that using the power of hypnosis that he's got. So he says it's just a power of suggestion, and there's nothing supernatural to it. Anybody can do it if you've got the right technique and the right training. However, in the radio, Jack is horrified to see, and they're rewinding the tape and seeing it, that he noticed Madeline's ghost standing there, and Carmichael accuses him of tricking the audience, having some special effects being done, and tells him it's a hoax. However, Lily becomes possessed once again, and she gets hit by these bolts of lightning from the ceiling and her left hand, and she starts attacking people with it. People start running away. Her head splits open, and she kills some of the people. She kills June, she kills Carmichael, she kills Gus, and she throws Jack against a wall. Jack is then, even though his producer tries to help him escape from the stage where all of this is going, Jack is suddenly turned into a nightmarish version of the show, and it basically says he's got a connection to the demon that possesses Lily at this grove, and he was offering his he wants wealth and fame in exchange for whatever he can give, and basically the demon took Madeline's life. The cancer that actually took her and killed her. That was basically in exchange for the early success of Night Owls. And then Madeline's spirit appears to him and then asks him to put her out of her misery because the cancer is causing too much pain. He uses the dagger, and he kills Madeline, and the scene now changes back to the studio where Jack is with the bloody knife having killed Lily, and there are a lot of dead bodies, and the cops are coming, and he can hear the sirens. So basically he's fucked. This is a fantastic ending to this movie. It really fucks with your mind, to be honest. It's done pretty well. The only thing I probably didn't like is the special effects. It is a lower budget movie, but when Lily's head breaks open and the thing happens, that's kind of like not here or there, to be honest. But almost everything about this movie I do like a lot. I wish there had been a little bit more. I wish this movie was lengthier. I want more from this film, to be honest, from the story. So that is Late Night with the Devil. I've given it 8 out of 10. Pretty well done. Pretty well acted, especially by Mr. Dast Malkian. And I really enjoyed this film. It's got a unique setting. It's got a unique premise. Never seen it before done for a talk show. It's kind of like supposed to be live and all that. But really, really interesting film. Made about 12.6 million at the box office. I don't really know how much was the budget, but it's pretty low. Probably around 10 million, or maybe even less than that. So I really like the film, and I can't not. I really do want to recommend this film. So I highly recommend it for me. So that's basically it for me as far as this movie is concerned. Have a good night and do watch it.